Howdy, partners. Welcome to another week of Optimal Evolution programming. You know it, the best in the world, in the Midwest at least. Who knows? I don't know. We all got real good shit going on. So we've got year one, quarter two. We are in this build phase now, going into the build week of the build phase. Whoa, buddy. We got chords. Then we got a 3-2-1 average for the week, okay? So, gonna get more specific now, or continue being specific like we started with this current week. And so we're gonna see some full lifts, we're gonna see some cool stuff, and you know what to do. We're just gonna keep riding this wave. So let's start us out. Coach TJ.
All right. What's up, everyone? Hope you guys are doing well, trusting the flow. Just whatever's going on, please just try to just let it flow. All right. It's hard. It's probably maybe it's hard to talk about. Maybe you don't really know how to explain it, and maybe it's just a lot, and it's okay. Like we all go through it. It's literally just we're all got certain things going on. Just keep it pushing. All right. We're very proud of you. All right. Getting this week started off with a weakness day. It is a 5-4-1. All right. 5 on the volume, 4 on the density, and 1 on the intensity. You know what it is. So we're going to get back a little bit of a variation from what we did last week. This time we have below the knee hang power snatch plus a snatch balance. So I'm going to stand the bar up. Okay. I'm going to go down. All right. Past my knee this time instead of above the knee, coming back up to that power snatch. Boom. Catching it high. All right. And then after I get done with those, I'm going to do snatch balance with the bar rests on your back. I've done these before. Not quite as often in the programming as of late, but very solid skill and fundamental development of the snatch. So the bar's resting on your back. I'm going to give a nice little dip and then drop onto that bar, fully extend those arms, and then sitting down to that overhead squat. So we got a 4+4, 4 hang power snatches and 4 snatch balances back to back, all the way back. Out of 1, so keep it in light. Everything should be smooth and consistent. So next, we do the same thing with the clean, front squat, and the jerk. All right, I'm going to have a below the knee hang power clean. So same idea, right, below the knee, catching it high in that power clean into a front squat. All right, so obviously racks up, going down in that squat, and then a jerk. We didn't specify, but split jerk, I'm guessing.
Yeah, just your normal jerk.
Yeah, whatever jerk. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Cool. So we got that's a 3+2+3, 3 power cleans, 2 front squats, 3 of those jerks. Again, also out of 1. So again, keeping it lighter, light and tight, moving real smooth. All right, then we go into our SBD work for the day. We got bottom start squats. All right, so that means you're gonna set the pins up at basically the bottom of your squats, whatever that looks like for you. And I'm basically starting there and driving out of that hole, trying to be explosive, really focusing on that concentric part of the squat, really focusing on finishing, right? Because the whole point is you go down to a squat, you're in control, then I want to explode out of that hole with control, right? But the bottom starts really kind of help emphasize that. Good positions, getting out of that hole, okay? So it's going to be a 5x8 out of 1, okay? So we're getting a little lighter, just focus on really explode, focusing on speed. You'll hear Nate say speed, right? A lot. Well, you guys are doing this one, so focus on that. Exactly, getting out of that hole. Then we got strict press. So setting it up on a rack, all right? Just a nice little overhead, full extension, all right, for that press. 5x8 out of 1 once again, a little bit lighter, okay, focusing on that overhead. So going to translate to our jerks very well, and then obviously the bench press as well. And then last one is a banded pull through. So you'll get a band. We got the red ones, the green ones, the purple ones. Your resistance will be depending on you, right? You're going to tie it up to one of the posts, and I'm simply just going to pull that band from between my legs and try to fully extend, right? Get some hip extension in there. Still focusing on that hinge motion. So obviously adjust the band based on your strength and the consistency of the movement. It is a 1 still, so you have to get the big, the craziest band, but just make sure that it's still a nice little pull as we're keeping the stimulus high. Okay, yep. All right. Taking on to day 2, specific day.
All right. Booty shorts, semi-optional. Specific day, 4-3-1. It is what it sounds like, although we got a little twist here for you. So we got back squats 4x3, bench press 4x3, deadlift 4x3, and then dips 4x6. All right. So you get your flips with a little twist. And Yeah, all out of one, that specific day. What do you know?
You know? Do you want to do strength day 2 or do we do it? Strength day, you already know. 2-1-2, just a snatch and the clean jerk. Full lifts from the floor. All right, so obviously we're instead of 2. So got to push a little bit. Only 2 sets. So really that first set is like, you know what I mean? It's definitely, you're going to feel it. And then that second set, ideally you can build on a little more. On top of that, maybe trying to add like between 3 and 5 kilos. Something like that, depending on how the first one, if you know, the first set is like smooth and easy. Obviously the 2, so you got a little bit more room. But if the first one's kind of like, I don't know, maybe, you know, it's all right to stay where you are. Or even if it feels like it wouldn't be at 2 if you did it again, down a little bit. We want to stay in that range, make sure it's smooth and consistent, all right? All right, and then technique day is just bar work, again, or the active recovery. It is a 1-1-1, so, you know, if you are doing recovery, just making sure, again, it's pretty light, nice walk outside, keeping everything pretty relaxed, but again, just have that freedom to do a little bit of extra, but setting it up for the rest of the week, just be a little bit mindful, okay? All right, accessory day.
Oh. Accessory day, 3, 2, 1 for the day. So a little shorter for the accessory day, but she's gonna pack a punch now. So we're gonna start with a sandbag over shoulder toss. So just picking the sandbag up from the floor, tossing it behind you, turning it around, off the floor, toss it behind you. And we'll superset that with chest to bar. So for most of us, well, at least that I know, that aren't that proficient at chest to bar and being able to really have good fluidity with it, one, you can take time to practice it, but have the intention of trying to improve the technique versus just trying to crank shit out. Or you can modify and just do pull-ups, okay? So we'll do 3 rounds, 30 seconds each of one of those. So we're gonna keep in this 30-second range for this accessory day. So shorter times, which means, you know, it is still 1, but shorter times, you can usually do a little bit more weight, kind of give it a little bit more intensity, all right? Next thing, Swiss ball Arnold press. So you can be seated on the Swiss ball, doing Arnold press, starting in, rotating out to press up, and then coming back down and in again. It's called a W press as well. So do that on the Swiss ball, a little extra stability in there. Then you're gonna do a Cossack squat, get you a dumbbell, goblet position here, and then stepping out. Some people like to, like me personally, I like to step back up, which maybe could be classified a little bit more like a lateral lunge, but it's still called a Cossack squat. Some people like to just keep their feet wide and just go back and forth. Honestly, either way is fine, I don't really care. And then dumbbell rear fly. So 2 rounds of all those, a little bit more of our bodybuilding circuit, 30 seconds each. Then we flip this over here. Continue, day 5. So we'll do a little conditioning circuit. Compliments of Coach TJ over here. So we got 2 rounds of this, 30 seconds each. So again, even though it is going to be a little higher intensity, you got shorter time frame. So Russian twist on the Swiss ball, back on the Swiss ball. Probably use a weight if just pointing your fingers is getting too easy. Burpee box hop over. So that's what it sounds like. Do a burpee, then hop on and over to the other side. So on the box and over it. Other side, do a burpee, hop up on the box, over it. And then those are the burpee box hop overs. And then dumbbell thrusters. That's 2 rounds, 30 seconds each of all of those. Okay, so you pick an appropriate weight for all of that. And that is our accessory day.
And you know we have to finish the test. The test, which is the test. And you know life's going to give you tests. And life it gives you tests. Whether you recognize them as tests or not, we have a structured, reoccurring, same time, same place test. And maybe you have those same kind of tests in your day-to-day life. And maybe you don't always do as well on your tests as you want to, right? But the best part is that you can always take the test again. You take the test as many times as you want. You can keep showing up. And that's just the beauty of it, right? So, as you know, 20 rep max, squat, bench, deadlift, nothing changes. But again, what can I add to this one? Like what, you know, I mean, even again, besides from the weight, which ideally, right, in a perfect world, my weight's going up every single time, but can I add a little bit? Can I be a little more stable, right? Can I be a little more consistent? Can I keep my core engaged? Can I keep my good positions? Can I make these reps feel a little easier even if the weight isn't going up as much? Because that's the same thing. If I do 20 reps at this weight that I did last week, but it's easier, then obviously you're still getting stronger, even if you don't do this, you know, certain amount more weight. So again, guys, just continuing to take those little baby steps and give yourself those wins, regardless of what the outcome is. And of course, native playing flashcards.
Hey,
you know we got those coming. They're coming in.
Cooking right now.
Cooking.
In the oven.
In
She preheating, but she going in there real soon.
Hey, you know what it is. Obviously, rest it up.
Rest it up. All right, well, there it is, friends. Another week. We're in this springtime energy now, so just keep it rolling. We are setting the stage for what is to come. This is the fire element, y'all. Transformative, very powerful force. You can burn yourself, so you be mindful, but have fun with the fire energy.
Fire can it can bring life, but it can also burn things down, like you said. But it's about taking your flame that you've been given and like controlling it, not letting it get too dim where you feel like you're cold and you don't have enough energy, or not getting it to be too much where it's overwhelming and you're, again, like you said, burning yourself. But it's yours, like it's your flame, so you take care of it and you give it what it needs, give it the little bit of, you know, sparks and a little bit more, you know, air, and then like when it's feeling too much, you cool it back down. But we're proud of you guys, and we're excited to continue watching you grow and develop, because that's what we're here to do. Just keep growing until it's time to, you know, get on out of here. But love you guys.
Love y'all. Peace.